Hey y'all, welcome back to In the Kitchen with Baker Girl. Thank you, Jesus. It is another beautiful day to be in the kitchen. Now, today I want to talk about how to properly, and I mean properly, correctly, reheat and refreshen a day-old loaf of sourdough bread. Because this is really important because sourdough bread has no fat in it. It needs to be refreshed properly. Now, thing one, I store my sourdough loaves in a paper bag. Plastic gives your bread an unusual taste and texture. Then I turn my tap on, my cold water, and I literally douse that loaf of bread in cold water. You want to make sure you let it run under the water for at least 30 seconds. You want to soak it good. Obviously, you don't want to leave it in the water, but you want to make sure it's good and soaked in the water. Then I take a piece of aluminum foil and I wrap my loaf, that wet loaf, I wrap it in aluminum foil. Now, this is one thing that most people do not do. Most people just tell you to run it under the water and stick it straight into the stove, but that does not work. The simple reason being the moisture does not penetrate through the loaf. The outside gets refreshed, but the inside does not. So what you're doing by wrapping it in the foil and placing it in the oven, you're allowing the moisture to seep on into the dough and it kind of creates a steam bath. So I'm putting the loaf right on the oven racks into a 400-degree oven for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I remove it from the oven and I remove the foil. Because the foil has done its job. It's kind of allowed the moisture to steam into the loaf. It's done its job. So now we can remove the foil and place the loaf at this point uncovered in the oven. And that is where the re-crisping begins because we've refreshed it. As you can see, the loaf has gotten nice and soft. Before it was kind of dry and hard because it's a day-old loaf. A lot of the moisture has kind of evaporated out of it. So by allowing it to re-steam, the inside has gotten nice and refreshed. Then I'm going to return that loaf to my 400-degree oven, and I'm going to let that loaf stay in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. This depends on how crusty you want your loaf to be. Now, don't throw that foil away. Save that foil because, of course, if you regularly bake, you will need to refresh a loaf because very seldom do we eat a loaf all in one day. So after that 10, 15 minutes, again, it depends on how crispy you want your loaf to be. I remove it from the oven and place it on a board and let it cool. Now listen to the loaf. Do you hear it? It's hot, but it's also very crusty. Now listen when I cut it. The crust is crackly, it's crisp. It's just like a freshly baked loaf of sourdough bread. And look at it. You can't even tell this is old bread. It's delicious, ready to go. You have no idea this is leftover bread. And it's just as crusty and yummy and soft and delicious as if you just baked it. I hope you guys find this tip useful. And this works for any bread, not just sourdough. It works for baguettes. It works for sandwich bread, brioche. It works for any bread that is left over that you want to bring it back to life just as it was when you first took it out of the oven. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And the good Lord willing, I will see you guys again in another video. Take care, y'all. Bye.